Welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to show you what you could expect from business class on Cathay Pacific's A350-1000. Please follow me on Instagram at BrandonJohnson10K for behind the scenes looks at content that I will be reviewing in the future. So here's a look at the business class on Cathay Pacific's Airbus A350-1000. So business class is in a 1-2-1 configuration here. Pretty large business cabin, as you see here as we walk back through. You do have the overhead baggage space over the middle rows here, which is something you actually don't always see on these Airbus A350s. I was seated in seat 20K, so let's take a little more detailed look at the seat. So at the seat, you did have a pillow, blanket, and a mattress cover at the seat, as well as headphones and an amenity kit. I will do a separate video on the amenity kit. Here to the left side, that doesn't actually come up, but this does. So you do have the armrest that comes up here, that moves up and down. Little cup holder actually right below that, kind of slick feature. Here you got the safety card to your left side. As you can see, this is where your bedding is. I'll show you that in a minute. And the footwell, which is decent, not too narrow there. You do have some storage here. Not a ton of storage at the seat, but you do have a little bit of storage there. You see the footwell. You press this button and the in-flight entertainment screen pops out. Kind of similar to American Airlines 777 seats. These seats are similar. You have a business class menu out there. So here you've got a mirror, a little pouch. This is where the headphones are at, and a bottle of water was waiting for you. There's the amenity kit, the Bamford amenity kit. Here is the tray table. So this slides out like so, and you flip it up to have the full table ready for you. Now, unfortunately, you can't get out when you try to slide that up. That doesn't really slide up while it's fully out there, so you cannot get out while it's out. Here you got a light, in-flight entertainment remote, and the seat controls here. And if you look up, you do not have individual air vents at the seat, and you have a couple of windows to look out of. And there is the USB port and the universal charging port, which I forgot to show you in the first clip. So let's take a look at the seat recline, as I like to do, just so you guys get an idea of at least sort of how it looks when the seat is in the lay flat position, and how your feet may look in the footwell. For reference, I am 5'11", so take that as you may. And this is a fairly short flight. This is CX 746 from Dubai to Hong Kong, so it's not a long flight, maybe 5 hours or so. So we look at the bedding, and I'll tell you that blanket is very comfortable. It's one of the more comfortable blankets that I've had for business class. There's a look at the headphones. Headphones were okay. You did have hot towel service, as well as a pre-departure beverage, which was a choice of juice, water, or champagne. So I'll leave you with the takeoff, and I'll be back. Okay, so welcome back. Let's look at the bathroom here. And as you'll find, there's nothing special about this bathroom. You have a place to get cups, the mirror, sink, soap, and no window to look out of. I do like the slate gray accents with the darker floor, but other than that, that was it for the bathroom. So I'm going to leave you with the menu to take a look at the options on this flight, and I will be back with the actual meal service. Okay, welcome back. So the meal service was served in courses. So I started with some signature drinks on Cathay, Cloud 9 and the Cathay Delight. Those were served with warm nuts. Drinks were very good. So good start to the meal service. Then next I had the white onion cream soup with the salad and garlic bread. This was also excellent. That soup was really good. So as we moved on to the main course, I had the pan-seared chicken breast with Dijon mustard sauce. Had green beans, pumpkin, and crushed potatoes with that. Chicken was okay. That meal was okay. The vegetables and potatoes weren't bad. Then chocolates were handed out after the meal service, or the main meal service. Then you had a cheese plate, which was good. Cheese plate and dessert. Banana and cinnamon compote, which that was very good, very sweet. The meal service was pretty slow. I'll talk about that in my final thoughts. Let's look at the Wi-Fi option. So you have a 1-hour pass and a flight pass. As you can see, the prices there. I wouldn't say it's worth it for the flight pass, given the length of this flight. Again, maybe 5 hours, but that's up to you if it's worth it or not. But I'm going to leave you with the in-flight entertainment to take a look at that, and I will be back with my final thoughts. Okay, welcome back. So I wanted to give you my final thoughts, but first, a couple of corrections. So this flight is actually 6 hours and 15 minutes of real flying time, not 5 hours like I mentioned before. Also, they did have breakfast service. It was a continental breakfast, but I did sleep through that. So my final thoughts about this flight. The good thing were, overall, I found the food pretty good. I think above average on this flight. This was my first Cathay Pacific flight. The seat and the bedding were excellent. Did like that, and always a smooth ride on the A350. Where things weren't so good were the meal service flow. It took over 2 hours to complete that, and that to me is too long for a flight. I had to call the flight attendant multiple times for cheese and dessert as the lights went out, and I don't honestly think they were going to bring it if I didn't ask. So I guess I understand in one regard about this being a red-eye flight, but still, you should ask the customers if they're wanting to have the cheese service and or dessert. So I didn't like that, but overall the flight was okay, and the flight attendants were friendly, fine. Again, I just thought the service took too long, especially for a flight of this length. So that was my experience on Cathay Pacific Flight 746 from Dubai to Hong Kong. As always, I do appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this with a friend. Thank you.